No, it doesn't mean a lot, but I just pulled the air filter on your car, and every single pleat is just packed the entire way. Completely filled. This thing's probably never been changed. On top of that, you know what? Right in the bin. Ah, I missed. Fuck, that thing ain't going back in. Top of that, I got my plugs pulled. Look at these little blue dots. What does that mean? These are the factory plugs. They have almost 120,000 miles on them. Their iridium's fine. But look at this. I don't know if my camera's going to pick it up. They've literally worn through the iridium tip, somehow shifted to the very end. It has like melted it through. And it's just wearing at the back of the spark plug, so the plugs have never been changed. The air filter's never been freaking changed. I've been literally looking at this thing for like 2 minutes, and this is what I come up with. I mean, shit. And the other thing, too, that I've noticed is they said that they replaced the cam sensor for what? That was like $100 and something for this one guy helping with one bolt. There's a second sensor right there. So replacing the one without the other, it's kind of, I mean, unless you got a specific fault for the intake cam sensor, fine. Maybe. I don't know. That one's never been changed. I haven't gotten a chance to look at the crank sensor, which you paid $92 for, which, holy shit, now Kia is freaky and they can make it weird. But I mean, still, that just seems horribly inflated. But I mean, I'm just starting to get into this thing, and I'm already coming across all kinds of things that are really making me scratch my head. So another thing I've noticed is, can't really pick it up on the camera, this tie rod end's blown out. The one on the other side's okay. That brake should not look like that. So that needs to be addressed. Still not hard. This has just fallen apart and has been rubbing a gouge into your tire. So that's not good, but that'll be addressed. That is what the brake is supposed to look like. It's like, oh God, this is going to cost a lot. No, it doesn't. The reason why these jobs cost so much is because it's all labor. It's not parts. There's that crankshaft position sensor that they replaced. It's one bolt, one plug. And they still charge you $100 and something, $200 to do that. I bet you I could do that blindfolded. I'm just looking at your alignment and it's just ridiculously off. So that'll get addressed too. You're going to get your car back and it's not even going to feel like the same car. Stay tuned. This right here is your timing chain. What this does is there's a shaft down here, which is your crankshaft. And these two shafts have to be timed within a thousandth of an inch to each other. This one, and that one. They have tensioners inside of them to keep them as tensioned, as tight as possible, so you get absolutely precise valve timing, because they adjust valve timing while you're driving. Modern day cars, pain in the ass. What does that mean? See this? That looseness shouldn't be there. This thing should be tight. This thing should have, like, no looseness to it at all. Because this amount of play means that this gear or this gear can go this amount of distance, whatever it would be, if you would do the math to figure it out, off time from the other. That is causing your problem. He replaced a camshaft position sensor. These are your camshafts. He replaced the intake sensor. It's almost like the intake camshaft wasn't reading right. So he replaced the sensor, which sits right over here that I was showing you earlier. And then he replaced the crankshaft sensor, which sits below this, which controls both of these. And then he said, oh, nope, the engine's bad. When really, mechanically, here's your issue. This was never taken off. This was never inspected. This is a problem. And I can't believe that they just said, oh, you know, your engine's bad. Also, how do these sensors work? What do they do? How do they do it? They use a magnet. Where does the crankshaft position sensor sit? Right at the bottom of the engine. Every time this thing slaps around like this while you're driving it creates little metal shavings. Where do those metal shavings go? To the magnet at the bottom trying to read this thing. That was why there's so much metal on there. Now this isn't exactly an easy job to do. It's not for the novice mechanic, but I mean, this isn't a blown engine. Now, I've not 100% without a shadow of a doubt confirmed that. I still want to do some testing to 100% make sure that these valves never touch the top of a piston. There's 4. And to make sure that your compression is still good across the board before I rip apart the timing chain and the cassette and everything and replacing that, which is not going to be nearly the cost of a new engine. But it's not impossible. I'm starting to feel more and more confident we're going to be good. We're going to be fine. Okay. So, the last thing I want to do before I start ripping apart the engine to make sure that no engine damage was sustained is I want to do a compression check on each one of these cylinders. What happens if this chain slips or anything like that, these come out of time. Each one of these lobes that you see right here is a valve. There's 16 total. If any single one of those touches the top of the piston because this thing right here wasn't in time, this whole top part of the engine needs to come apart. The whole thing needs to be redone. And then at this point, if a shop said you need a new engine, it's not that you need a new engine. It's just if you want this engine, you have to rip everything apart and redo it and put it all back together, or get a used engine and put it in. I still wouldn't go with a new engine. So what we're looking for here on this gauge is I would like to see at least 100. 125 would be really good. 150 would be great, but this isn't a big engine, so I'm assuming like 125 area. If we got that across the board on each one of these cylinders, 1, 2, 3, 4, then internally this engine's A-okay, ready to go, and it's time to go. So, let's see what we come up with. Now with my trusty assistant ready, say hi, Nathan. No, say hi. All right. This is cylinder 1. All right, turn the key, bud. Alrighty. Alright. Okay. Cylinder 2. Okay. Turn the key. Alright. Cylinder number 3. Alright, bud. Hit the key. Alright. And now for cylinder number 4. Okay, bud. All right. Look at that. Guess what? Your engine ain't bad. Okay, so I got the old timing set off. New timing set is on. Now I have to clean this, glue that, change this, fix that, remove this, replace this, drink this, change this, fix this, charge this, scratch this, throw that, install these, question this, drink this again, put all these bolts back in, and then I should be done.